Hey, so this is episode 3 of why your relationships are not working or have not been working. So, by the time we're saying relationships, it means it's already graduated from the talking stage to you are now an item. But then it doesn't go too far. So, one of the reasons why it's not working is because you don't know the difference between red flags and deal breakers. Actually, yellow flags, red flags, deal breakers. Yellow flags are things that for example, if you're going on a date and then he comes 30 minutes late and he had not told you, that's a yellow flag that could graduate into a red flag. A yellow flag could be something like maybe on the phone with him and then he puts you on hold while talking to someone else. That's a yellow flag. Means it can graduate to a red flag, so you need to call it out. Red flags are, it's already red. It's already showing you, by the way, maybe you're going somewhere on a hike to Karura Forest and then he comes and smelling of alcohol. That's a red flag. So a red flag, you can call it out or you can choose to just, but I believe red flags, you need to call them out. So red flags are things that are wrong. They're just wrong, or they're just red, like they're screaming red. Or when you realize he's talking on the phone for too long with his baby mama, and actually they're cracking jokes and laughing and they're borderline almost sexual jokes. That's a red flag that you can call out. Sometimes, this is what I say, that person had not dated you before. So he might not know what you like. And maybe the woman he was saying before was a woman who didn't mind him doing those things. Or maybe he was in a relationship where the woman he was dating was okay with those things. That person had not dated you before. So he might not know what you like. So it's okay to say and to call them out once only. Red flags, you call them out once. If it continues, then you cut it off. Yeah? If, for example, you want to go visit him on a Sunday, said, by the I'm going to visit him. By the time you get to his house at midday, at noon, he's already drunk. That's a red flag. You call it out. Now, there are red flags and there are deal breakers. So deal breakers are non-negotiables. Like, we're not talking about it. For example, if he sleeps with someone, if he has sex with someone, or for example, addiction. I say addiction, via addiction, if you realize someone is a cocaine addict or smoking marijuana all the time, or they're taking those drugs, the mollies, and they're just or even alcohol. They're alcoholics for real. I said those are some of the deal breakers you need to have. Alcohol, alcoholics or addicts. If he's violent, he's abusive, infidelity, someone who's not working and doesn't believe in working, that scarcity mindset and all that. So those are some of mine. So, but have your deal breakers. Have your deal breaker such that if it breaks, you can't say. Sometimes I have clients who tell me, by the way, infidelity is one of my deal breakers, but my boyfriend has been cheating on me and I want it to work. I'm thinking, am I missing the point here? So your deal breakers, when it happens like this, you cut it off. When he steals your money, he cracks your bank account and goes into your app on your phone and transfers 50,000 Kenya shillings. And then when you ask him, did you transfer? Then he tells you, baby, I'm so sorry, I had an issue, I didn't know how to tell you. Those are things you don't forgive. Okay, forgive, but you don't have to reconcile. Let me not say not forgive, because I'm also huge at forgiveness. So know the difference. And the reason why we are saying your relationships is because you see the red flags, you don't call them out, or you see the deal breakers and you still keep going until it graduates into a relationship, but it won't go for long because the things that had started showing up early on will affect you badly and the relationship will end, or the guy will go when he realizes you are a doormat. So don't let the relationship, the talking stage, graduate into a relationship if you've not addressed all the red flags and if there are deal breakers and you're still in that relationship. So know the difference between red flags. And when it's not to call, I say, there are people who have a habit of collecting red flags. Oh, unajua alifanya, sometimes they tell me, unajua hiyo siku ingine alifanya hivi, and then akarudia tena. And then I'm thinking, then why are you still in that relationship? It's been 6 months. Kwanza, especially if someone comes to me and tells me I'm in a relationship for less than a year, and they're already cheating and doing those things, I'm thinking, oh. You're in it for a very long ride. Know the difference. And when you know them, it's not so you know them for just for knowing, the sake of knowing. It's so you can use them and so they can help you while you're dating, in your dating life. So what are the red flags if you're in a situationship that you're not sure about? What are some of the red flags, and how have you called them? One of the ways to call out red flags is to tell him, hey, I've realized you talk to your ex a lot and you keep chatting and all that. However, for me, if I'm gonna have anything serious with you, I would not want that. And I also don't talk to my exes, and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm second guessing my place with you, or I'm not sure about my connection with you, because that is someone you had a relationship or an affair with. So call them out and tell them, and I would want to hear your views on that, because that is not something I'm willing to condone. If they tell you they're done and then you still realize they're talking to that person, or if they tell you, what's the harm, it's just my ex, then you know probably you need to cut it off. Those are the things you talk about during the dating stage. Actually, ask them. They're not even the red flags. Red flags, you know, they're not things you can just say these are red flags. As in you can't just. Sometimes you can have a list, but red flags are just, they can be about anything. But the deal breakers, you can have them like, these are my deal breakers. You can ask those questions during the talking stage. When your talking stage is when you start talking, before you actually become their girlfriend or it becomes official. You ask them, so what are some of your deal breakers? What can't you stand in a relationship? And then when they tell you, also tell them yours. You have those conversations, and when it happens, when they do those deal breakers, you cut it off. You choose yourself, because you're there trying to get the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Yeah. So guys, this is episode 3. See you on episode 4.